How's it going, guys? Malik Robinson here, and I want to thank everyone who supported my interview with Jason. I want to thank Jason for giving me the opportunity to tell my story of how I turned my pain into power. And then today, I want to tell you all about the power of forgiveness. A lot of people direct message me, text me, and wanted to know, you went through all of those hardships, and you weren't doing the best by family members, friends, and a lot had took place. Why, do you forgive them? Are you angry? And, surprisingly, a lot of them were surprised by my answer. And I said, no, I'm not angry. I'm not upset, because there's so much more that I have to look forward to. And you can't get to where you're going looking back at what happened. And I had to let that go and drop all those things to get to where I am now. And I firmly believe, had I been angry, had I been a bitter person, had I been just negative, me and Jason would have never had the fire. Never had the conversation that we had by the fire, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do the interview that I had. I wouldn't have had the chance to do the interview that I did, and for you all to know who I am, had I not forgiven the people who had done me wrong. And I want to go into a story about Joseph. And you all, or a couple of you may know this story. And if you don't, you can do some research and you can read. It's a story in the Bible, but it helped me tremendously. And the story is, God gave Joseph a dream. And in his dream, Joseph, he was stripped of his coat, he was thrown into a pit, and he was made a slave. And many people would think, wow, he was given all these great dreams. How is it that, he's going through all of these hardships? And, and I realized that anytime that God creates, or anytime something is created, he creates on darkness. He doesn't create on light. And the word says the earth was dark and void, and the Spirit of the living God moved. But it wouldn't have been able to move on my behalf, and certain things wouldn't be able to move on my behalf had it not been for me forgiving. And Joseph, later on in the story, there was a famine that was coming to Egypt, and Joseph was able to interpret dreams, and later on he was made second in the land of Egypt to Pharaoh. And 22 years later, his brothers who had threw him into a pit, they came to Egypt, and they were coming because there was a famine in the land of Canaan. And Joseph had, after having gone through so much, being a slave, being in prison, he had to face them. He had to face them, and what he said to him was deep and very profound to me. He said that you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. A lot of people may mean things for evil. A lot of people may try to hold you down and beat you down. I had family members that kicked me while I was down. My father was in a coma, and they were pushing me down, talking about the hardest times of my life. But I pushed through and I made it through. And I'm here to see it all, see everything that's possible for me. I won't give up. I'll give everything I got to everything that's in front of me. And I want you all to see my story and see how I persevere, and know that you all can persevere through everything that's sent to try to defeat you. And I hope my story has been a blessing to you all, and I hope you continue to follow my story, and there's a lot more to come. And if there's anything that you would like to hear, direct message me, text me, and I'll get it all out to you. God bless you all. See you guys next time.